Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, TJMV.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
And today is National Coming Out Day.
That's why you didn't play I'm Coming Out. Or at least More Money, More Problems. You ain't even playing this out, huh? See, that's let me talk about terrible production, right? Terrible radio production. You texted us this morning, you said the same thing.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did.
I didn't text everybody. I just texted you. What happened?
I was like, yeah, I didn't get any
texted me
text
and
about that. Just
Easy.
two of you.
You said, yeah, but you should have had the producers at least have More Money, More Problems.
Well, that should have been, Envy should have said that.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking to. I'm talking to him.
Can you pull up I'm Coming Out now?
Too late.
It's too late.
Too late. You ruined the moment. You ruined the moment. You know what I'm saying? So happy to be gay, but ain't even think it all the way through. You know what I mean? Now,
well, good morning to you guys.
yeah, I'm glad I took all the wind out of your sails just now.
No, I just wanted to say happy National Coming Out Day. I seen you this morning. He was walking across the street, and I yelled down the street, Happy National Coming Out. You know, just wanted to say Happy National Coming Out Day to my bro. How you feeling, Easy?
I don't even know what that is, but salute to everybody who's coming out.
Good morning, TJMV. How you feeling?
I am great. I feel wonderful. G.Herbo will be joining us this morning.
Our guy G.Herbo, man, he was just with me at my second annual Mental Wealth Expo this past Saturday, and he's got an album out right now called Survivor's Remorse.
A-side and B-side. So we're going to be chopping it up with
Which
him
I
a little
didn't know. I listened to the A-side and then woke up one day and...
Yeah, B-side came out on Monday.
Yeah, I woke
A-side
up-
came out on Friday.
I woke up one day, turned it on, and it was like, how does the album get to be an hour and some change? And then I saw a bunch of new songs. So then I listened to that side. But yes, G.Herbo will be joining us today.
All right. Now we got front page news. What we talking about?
All right. Well, we are going to be talking about protesters rallying. They want justice for a 15-year-old who was shot by the police in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Okay. We'll get into that next. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in Monday Night Football, the Chiefs beat the Raiders 30-29.
Yeah, I went to bed at halftime. Halftime, the Raiders were up. But you could tell the Chiefs were about to come back and bust their ass. You could tell the Raiders couldn't sustain what they were doing first half. Mm-hmm. Not against that offense.
I didn't watch it. I fell asleep. What else we got, Easy?
All right. Well, police and people in Gulfport are demanding answers. There was a 15-year-old, Jaheim McMillan, who was shot and killed by Gulfport police. So they're trying to figure out what happened. They want to see the video. And residents are lining in front of the Gulfport Police Department with one request: just release the information, release the footage. We don't want to guess. We don't want to put any false accusations on the police department. Just show us, and no one has to wonder what happened. And so protesters and the news, they're also asking for a public records request. And that request was denied because it's an ongoing investigation. They want some clarification on what happened. So they said that the police received reports of people pointing guns at passing cars, and they're not sure who shot Jaheim McMillan in the head. But, you know, the chief, Adam Cooper, stopped short of saying an officer shot him. They said a total of 5 people are in custody. The mother of one of the other suspects is fighting for her child's freedom. Police do say that several firearms were recovered at the scene. But at first, Jaheim was on a ventilator. They thought maybe he had a chance, but unfortunately he has passed away.
So sad.
So cops need to put out the footage and show everybody what happened.
Right. They said they're not doing it right now because it's an ongoing investigation, but clearly there's some questions and concerns until they put that footage out for people to be able to see for themselves what happened. All right. USA Gymnastics is adding additional mental health services for athletes and coaches as part of their new Athlete and Wellness program. They announced this on Monday. Athletes will receive up to 8 mental health visits a year, up to $125 per visit, and coaches are eligible for up to 4 visits per year. They said athlete health and wellness is at the core of our value system, and the importance of mental health has been paramount, not just for athletes, but for everybody in recent years. Being able to find services that athletes and their coaches can receive in their hometowns by their preferred providers is essential for well-being and something we have always wanted to do. We thank GK for providing the additional funding that has enabled us to make this program our reality.
Yeah, they should. There's not an industry in America that shouldn't have, have that at this point. Every industry in America should be implementing some type of mental health, policy all across the board for their staff.
We don't have that here, do we?
Sort of, kind of, not really.
I don't think so.
No, we don't, actually. But that's why every industry in America should have it, though. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because, I mean, think about it. We all deal with each other every day, like everybody in this room. I don't know what anybody in this room is going through this morning. You know what I mean? I don't know what anybody in this room's trigger could be. And next thing you know, somebody's projecting something on me. I'm projecting something on somebody, and we don't know why. Everybody should have that in every industry at this point. Some type of mental health.
My trigger's when you call me beige bitch.
I haven't called you that yet this morning.
No. I'm just telling you early so I don't trigger them while out.
All right. A Georgia inmate allegedly stole $11 million from a billionaire movie mogul and used that money to buy a mansion in Atlanta, all while he was locked up.
How do you do that?
How much money?
$11 million.
While he was in jail?
Yes, prisoner Arthur Lee Cofield Jr. He allegedly impersonated Sidney Kimmel, who is the CEO of a LA entertainment company, with the help of contraband cell phones from inside the Georgia Department of Corrections Special Management Unit. He was serving time for armed robbery. He stole the identity of Kimmel, who's 94 years old, and then swiped millions of dollars from his Charles Schwab account over the phone. He tricked customer service reps with the financial service company to wire the money to a company in Idaho, and then he bought up more than 6,000 American Eagle 1-ounce gold coins. Then he got a private plane to take those coins to Atlanta. He used a portion of them to help purchase a $4.4 million house in Buckhead. And now he's been charged with conspiracy to commit bank fraud and money laundering.
Man, listen. He did all that while he was in jail.
Yes. They said it's one of the biggest heists conducted from behind bars in American history.
Never left the jail cell one time.
Never left. He did this all over the phone. And Sidney Kimmel Entertainment is behind movies like Hell or High Water, Crazy Rich Asians, and Moneyball.
Wow. All right. Well, he's going to be sitting for a little longer now, but damn it, man.
He's smart.
Yes, he is.
It's crazy when I see people do stuff like that, though. 'Cause it's like, what if they put their energy towards something positive?
Exactly.
Goodness gracious.
If you can finesse somebody out of $11 million, you can make $1 million legally doing something in this country.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that is your front page news.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Man, this Blight Mike got a Duval, man.
Duval. What
You
up?
said Blight Light?
Blight Mike, Blight.
Oh, what's happening?
Man, what's happening, man? I want to get off my chest this morning, man.
Okay.
I'm tired of deadbeat baby mamas, man. They always talk about deadbeat baby daddies. I'm tired of deadbeat baby mamas, man, who don't want to let the daddy be in their son's life because the relationship fail, man.
Yeah, I hear about that a lot, which I think is whack.
Yeah, man.
It's whack and very selfish.
Man, there's more than whack, man. There's a lot of what Charlamagne say trauma, man. Hurt people.
That's right.
I'm sorry you're going through that.
But they shouldn't hurt the child.
But it is what it is.
They shouldn't hurt the child behind that, because that's the only person they hurting in a situation like that, by not letting both parents be in their life.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
Good morning, this is Marcia.
Hey, Marcia. Get it off your chest, mama.
Hi, I just want to give a shout out to my son, Trayvon. Today is his 12th birthday.
Okay,
Happy birthday
to him. How old is he?
She just said 12.
I didn't hear her say 12.
She said it's his 12th birthday.
I didn't hear her say 12. Well, happy birthday to Trayvon.
Trevante.
Thank you.
All right, mama.
Bye.
Hello, who's this?
This is Jennifer. How are you?
Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset because my boyfriend broke up with me because I took his cell phone.
Ooh, why'd you take his cell phone?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just grabbed the phone and I got in my car and I just drove off. And then, like, at the red light, he was there, like, give me my phone. Like,
Twerking on them
why would you
headlights.
take me?
Question, but what do you mean you don't know why you took his cell phone?
You know why you took it.
I took it because I just felt like he was not being trustful, like truthful.
You just weren't truthful to us.
I know. I'm just saying, like, he was always texting and stuff at night, and it's like, why are you, like, who you calling, who you texting?
So what'd you find in the phone?
Can I ask you a simple question? Exactly, but can I ask you a simple question? Why didn't you just wait till he go to sleep and then go through his phone? Like, why would you snatch it and then drive off?
She ain't had a passcode.
Y'all watch too many videos online. Like, you see these videos online with people chasing the girls outside the hospital and all this stupid stuff.
Well,
like,
listen, for your
No,
phone,
he
people
didn't chase me right away. He didn't even know I took it. Like, it was sitting there, and I grabbed it. I put it in my pocket. We talked, and I was like, all right, I'm leaving. I left. And then by the time I got to the red light, he was right behind me in his car, like, getting my phone. I'm like, dang.
So imagine a question.
So you didn't even get to look at it?
No, I didn't.
You just lying, because first you just said you found nothing. Now you say you didn't even get to look at it. You just a liar.
Find nothing. I'm like, no, I'm just
How
saying,
you found nothing if you ain't even get to look at it, you liar? This is why people go to jail during interrogations.
You know you didn't effed up, right?
Now, if you found something,
No.
would you leave him?
No, okay, so this is, okay, I'm about to be truthful. I took his phone before. and I found
You're going to jail.
So you did find something. What'd you
You're
find?
going to jail.
No, the first time I took his phone, I found something.
What you
Okay,
found?
and you stayed.
Yes.
What did you
Okay.
find?
He was texting some girl talking about they miss each other, and that's way more messed up because that's more emotional than, I'd rather he just smashed the chick than talking about how you miss her.
No, you don't. But
You can still miss the pool.
let me ask you this, okay? So you stayed with him. He's still doing the same things he was doing before that made you not trust him. So then you wanted to go find out again what he was doing. And then what?
And then he broke up with me.
He should. I think he made the right decision.
Well,
know
if
what
you
I mean?
don't trust somebody and you got to grab their phone, it's probably not the best relationship for you to be in.
And you had his password too?
I had it the first time. The second time I was trying to get into it, I didn't find nothing, but I could see, you know, the iPhone, you can see who called, but you really can't get in there. So I seen people calling him, but
I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is why the first thing the police officers tell you is you have the right to remain silent. You done told us about 5 or 6 different inconsistencies in this story, man.
I'm not going to lie. This sounds like
good
a
one,
very
Mama.
unpeaceful relationship.
Have a good day before you get locked up. If I was an officer, you'd be going to jail with no bail.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up, wake up. Wake your ass.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this H from Chicago.
What up, H?
What up, H? What's H stand for?
Harold.
Hey, Harold.
Hey, Harold.
Hey, Harold.
Why wouldn't you want to call yourself Harold and you from Chicago, man? You said
Chicken place.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the issue right there. Everybody thinks the Harold's chicken. But
Yeah, that's what I thought
people
immediately.
Call me H, it's a fresh start.
Now I think about heroin, but continue.
Go ahead,
No,
Harold.
Harold's chicken.
Get it off your chest, Harold.
I want to say good morning, Angelique. Good morning,
morning.
DJ Envy. Good morning, Charlamagne.
Peace, King.
Because I'm from Chicago. I'm blessed. I forget how it goes, but no, I wanted to talk about my Cowboys. I'm a huge Cowboys fan.
Let's go. Let's talk about us.
Cooper Rush, the next Peyton Manning.
Stop. No, let's not. No, stop. I'm not going to let you jump out the window like that. Stop. Now, if you say Peyton Manning, I'll say Peyton when he was with the Broncos, when he really only affected the game by managing the offense.
But you know what? He won a championship, though. That's all that matters.
That's true.
You guys are not winning the championship this year, sir.
You don't know that.
Harold.
Why not?
Defense wins championships. I think we got a good a shot as anybody with our defense.
The best defense.
That's right.
We got the best QB. We got the best wide receiver.
Now let's not jump out the window with the best QB, sir. Okay, he's a good game manager. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, which is good.
Do you want Dak back?
I want Dak back, but I want Dak back under the same conditions they have Cooper Rush. I think that we rely on Dak too much and we ask Dak to do too much. I just want Dak to manage the game the way Cooper Rush is.
Well, H, I'm done talking to you and your bum ass Cowboys.
We're gonna beat the Eagles this week too.
No, you guys are not. But have a good
Watch.
Bye.
Hello, who's this?
This is Charlamagne calling from Boston.
Peace, Charlamagne.
Talk to us.
Grand Rising Kings and Queens, let me just put it down. This Saturday was one for the book Charlamagne.
Yes, ma'am.
To be in that room with that many brown, black, and Caucasian people, let me tell you, I left out of there more healed than I've been healed before.
Oh, man. Wow. Now, see, that's what I like to hear. I mean, that's what it is. It's a day of mental health education and healing. So I'm glad you felt that way.
Listen, we can't wait for next year because I already done started a Facebook group. When I say we're coming to support, we're coming to support.
I thank you for that, man. That's what the Mental Wealth Expo is all about. What you going to do, after this, though? How you going to continue on your healing journey?
So listen, I have my professors even come to this event. I'm finishing up my MSW right now, and I've been promoting it since you were talking about it. So my professors came down and was in the cut.
Wow.
Now I have a son who coming home after doing 15 years, and he got a sentence at 16. So to hear what I need to do as a mother, as a parent, and as his support, my whole game plan has changed. But I wake up every morning before my feet hit the bed, hit the floor, and I do my breathing exercises. And I'm out here in these streets right now on my way to work.
Man, I wish you would have bought your son so you could have heard Wallow and Shaka, man. Like that's why I had Wallow and Shaka there, for their conversation.
Let me tell you how good God is. Shaka is coming to Massachusetts November 17th.
That's beautiful.
I pick up my son on Wednesday,
son is
being
still locked
released,
up.
going to the parole board, going to the halfway house.
Mm-hmm.
So I already called this parole officer and said, I need to have him at this event on November 17th.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
you got to. You definitely. I would love for him to meet Shaka, man. Like Wallow and Shaka's story is incredible, and both of them did well over 20 years in the penitentiary, and just to see what they're out here doing, man, is an inspiration to anybody just coming home. So you definitely should take your son to see Shaka.
I am, and I just want to tell you, as you coming from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, you have opened the door for people who've had things underneath the rugs for so long. So I thank you for going to therapy, because I got everybody out here. You might got Jesus, but you need to go talk to somebody.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right. Thank you, Queen. I
Thank you
appreciate
so much,
that
Mama.
more than you know. Thank you very much.
I love you all. Have a blessed day, and don't let nobody stop you from being great.
That's right. Love you more.
Thank you, Mama. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and let's talk about the biggest home sale for an African American. We'll tell you who bought it, where that house is, and how much it costs.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
What's going on?
Rumor report. Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report
Talk to him.
with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Man, prayers out to Nene and her family and to her son, Brent Leaks. It's her 23-year-old son. He had a frightening medical emergency. He was in the hospital, and he was hospitalized for several days. He suffered both a heart attack and a stroke. Here's what Nene Leaks had to say.
2 weeks ago today, Brent had congested heart failure and a stroke. He's only 23. Brent doesn't drink or do drugs. And obviously they've tested him for all of those things. They also tested him for HIV. They were thinking that maybe he had caught COVID and he didn't know that he had COVID. They have run a number of tests on him to see what could have possibly made this happen to him. And we are still trying to figure out, because if we knew the cause, obviously they could treat the cause.
Damn, man, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Especially when you're a parent, you got to go through that, because, when it comes to our kids, all we want to do is protect our kids from everything, and nothing makes you feel more helpless as a parent than medical issues with your kid, because you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
And her husband,
Lord have mercy.
Greg, who's also Brent's dad, also passed away last year, I remember, after a long battle with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now Brent also has a lounge in Atlanta, and here's what Nene Leaks had to say about that business.
The lounge is still open. Brent ran the lounge. That was his pride and joy. He loved it. We have, sat and talked about selling the lounge now, because it's something that Brent runs along with me, and I got in the business with Brent and Greg and some other friends to do it. And this is just a lot right now on me. So if there's anybody out there that's possibly interested in the lounge, send them my way if they are interested in purchasing it. Or it's very possible that we will sell the lounge, because it is something that I shared with Brent after Greg's passing.
Damn. And it's extra scary because you don't even know the cause of why those things happen.
Absolutely.
The doctor's got to tell me something.
All right, now Byron Allen has purchased a mansion in Malibu for $100 million. This is the biggest home sale for a black person in the United States.
Well, dropping a clue bombs for Byron Allen. Whenever I hear people, spend that kind of money on houses, I always ask, what does the house do?
It's an 11,000 square foot estate in Malibu. It has a 4-bedroom house with 2 guest houses also, including a home theater, tennis court, gym, yoga studio. The primary suite has its fireplace, bathroom, custom walk-in closets, a private terrace. There's a very beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean.
Beautiful view.
On the bluff. And the home is filled with ocean views all around.
I need to own that ocean for $100 million and all the fish in it too.
You have a private entrance to your own ocean area, the beach area.
Mm-hmm. And so prior to this, the record was $88 million. That was a mansion that Beyonce and Jay-Z bought in Bel Air.
What does that mansion do?
It's just beautiful.
I need to know what these mansions
and,
do.
Malibu's really expensive, and so is Bel
aesthetics.
Air. So it's also the location too, right?
It's location, yeah, it's beautiful. Goodness gracious.
Do I own the ocean?
Pictures. No.
Now, the family who Byron Allen bought this mansion from co-founded Public Storage. So that's how they got their money.
Well, salute to Byron Allen. Drop a clue bombs for Byron Allen. He's just out here quietly being one of the biggest media moguls in the game. You do know he owns one of the largest cable network portfolios in the whole industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, speaking of money, Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, there's a rumor that they have a $1.5 billion MMA and boxing fights lined up. So we'll see what happens. But they're rumored to face off again, and it's going to be a record-setting fight. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but nothing has been set. But there have been some details surfacing that the fight would be for both for official record, and that Floyd Mayweather could be putting his the best ever trademark on the line. So,
what's that mean?
They're saying that this could potentially take place in Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia in 2023.
No, but I'm saying, what is that? He put the best ever trademark on the line.
I don't know. Maybe that's something that he'll get also. I don't know. It's a 2-fight contract, so it will see them in the boxing ring and also in the MMA octagon. $1.5 billion.
Floyd Mayweather ain't getting that octagon with McGregor.
No, he's not.
He's not going to do that. He'll box him, but McGregor will wash Floyd
Now,
Mayweather
mind you,
in
this
the
is
octagon.
just a rumor.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's not getting in the octagon.
No way.
And I believe
We wouldn't
that.
advise it.
Yeah, I believe that up until that point.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather is not getting in the octagon with no damn Conor McGregor.
All right, now on the latest episode of The Shop, LeBron is talking about how when he got married back in 2013 to his wife Savannah, there were 2 wedding crashers and nobody knew them amongst the guests who were there. Here's what he said.
We had 2 wedding crashers.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, that wasn't even invited at all. That no one knew. This is how they got sniffed out. Had a celebrity friend walk by, and they called him their real name that none of us call them. So my security go over to him and say, hey, who y'all with? They like, oh, we were him. And when they said him turned around at the same time was like, hell no, them ain't with me. And they got put out, swear to God. They walked out with a plate and everything. Oh, that's hard.
That's bold.
Wow, that's scary. That could have turned out bad. Folks got to stop acting like we not all waiting for the shooters. Okay, we all on guard for the shooter, bro. You can't just be popping up in somebody's wedding like that.
There were only 200 guests too. You definitely stick out if nobody knows.
That means you planned that. That means you got dressed up. You got a tux. Your wife got a gown, and y'all planned. Wow,
that's a different level of group.
They walked out with the plate and everything. He said.
That is crazy.
They should have walked out with ass cutting. Where was Draymond at? Draymond wasn't there to play no hands on nobody when you need him.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
Yeesh. All right, front page news next. What we talking about?
Man, the University of Miami, they had to shut down this frat, and we'll tell you what happened that made them immediately take action.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our Audible pick of the day is The Sandman Act 3. This iconic graphic novel written by Neil Gaiman is now an all-star audio experience. Start listening when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at the home of storytelling, audible.com/Breakfast Club.
Charlamagne the Guy, we are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in Monday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Raiders 30-29. I didn't watch that game. Charlamagne, you watched it last night?
I watched it up until halftime, then I fell asleep. Raiders were up at halftime, but I mean, you could tell that it was trending towards the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. You could tell the Raiders couldn't sustain that for 4 quarters.
All right, what else we got, Yeezy?
All right, well, Sigma Phi Epsilon, a fraternity at the University of Miami, was shut down on Friday. A video surfaced of an off-campus pool party that showed frat members jumping up and down and chanting about having sex with a dead woman. One sorority sister said, it made my skin crawl. It was just awful. All right. Now, her friends showed her the video. She wasn't there, but the student asked that her name not be used for her own protection. The song that they were chanting is popular with frats across the country. It includes sexually explicit and revolting lyrics about a woman who dies giving fellatio. The frat hosted the pool party. It's an event that they call Adult Swim. And the party was at a home in Coral Gables, about 15 blocks west of the campus. So
they didn't actually have sex with her?
No, they were chanting a song with these lyrics about that, and they said It was very inappropriate. People were disgusted by it. The party also got very rowdy. The cops were called. Multiple cars were coming and going from the house. They believe the house was sold to an investor who rented out to University of Miami students. And in the video, the frat brothers who hosted the party were chanting these lyrics. They said, "We dig her up every now and then. I don't even want to say it. It's
they should be
disgusting.
mad at the artist more so than the frat brothers singing it, right? Like, you got to get to the root of that issue. The root of the issue is the song, right?
Yeah, I've never heard this song before. So
I've never heard that either.
But they're saying that the video circulated around the campus. Men were holding cans and partying at the backyard of the house, chanting that song. And that's when they ceased operations and contacted the national organization and shut down that chapter.
Well, somebody need to investigate that group. I mean, Jesus Christ. If you're holding if you're using rappers' lyrics against them in court.
I don't know that it's a rapper.
I didn't say it was a rapper. I said if you're using rappers' lyrics against them in court, you need to check in on the people who did that song, just in case. That's a hell of a record to write, right?
Yeah, it's if you got to read the lyrics, it's absolutely disgusting.
That's what I'm saying. That's a hell of a record to write. I think you might need to go and investigate. Go peep around the yard at them people's house or something.
All right, now Tim Ryan and J.D. Vance had their first Ohio Senate debate. A lot of things were brought up during this debate. This was in Cleveland, and it's a race that could determine which party controls the Senate over the next 2 years, as the two of them are arguing. Here's what Tim Ryan had to say about J.D. Vance being a kiss-ass to Donald Trump.
Donald Trump said to J.D. Vance, all you do is kiss my ass to get my support. That's bad, because that means J.D. Vance is going to do whatever he wants. After Trump took J.D. Vance's dignity from him on the stage in Youngstown, J.D. Vance got back up on stage and started shaking his hand, taking pictures, saying, hey, aren't we having a great time here tonight? I don't know anybody I grew up with that would allow somebody to take their dignity like that and then get back up on stage. We need leaders who have courage to take on their own party.
That was great. Drop on the clues bombs for my guy, Tim Ryan.
Now here's what Tim Ryan had to say about abortion.
I had some very personal conversations with women in Ohio who had gone through tragedies, who needed to have abortions for a variety of different reasons. And I just came to realize through the course of these conversations that the government has no place in this matter. If you get raped, J.D. Vance and others are going to say you have to have that baby. State-mandated pregnancies for a rape victim? That is so far out of the mainstream, it's not even funny.
Now here's what J.D. Vance had to say about abortion.
You have said in the past that you compared abortion to slavery, even in the case of the 10-year-old Ohio girl that made headlines across the country. You said two wrongs don't make a right.
I have said repeatedly on the record that I think that that girl should be able to get an abortion if she and her family so choose to do so. But let's talk about that case. The thing they never mentioned is that poor girl was raped by an illegal alien. If you had done your job, she would have never been raped in the first place. Do your job on border security. Don't lecture me about opinions I don't actually have.
Wow.
Ohio, the choice is obvious between Tim Ryan and J.D. Vance, right? Like, drop on the clues bombs for Tim Ryan again, man. Tim Ryan is a good guy. He's a huge mental health advocate and a big proponent of meditation.
Well, polls are indicating a close race, and so that's why, like we always say, get out there, vote, educate yourself on who's running for office.
And Tim Ryan is a good dude. He's one of those people who still give me faith in politicians, because he's a straight shooter.
All right, well, that is your front page news.
All right, when we come back, G.Herbo will be joining us. G.Herbo has a new album, Survivor's Remorse.
That's right.
A-side and B-side. And we're going to talk to him next. All right, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest, some special guests in the building this morning.
Yes, sir.
We had a brother G.Herbo here.
What's up, brother?
And who you got with you, G.Herbo?
I got Drench, man.
Drench.
My little cousin. My blood cousin, man.
What's going on?
Feeling good. I'm good, bro.
Well, first of all, happy birthday. You just celebrated.
Happy belated.
Thank you. Appreciate it, bro.
And it's crazy because I thought I listened to Survivor's Remorse.
Yeah, you did.
Then a whole other goddamn album dropped. How this thing got to an hour and some change that fast?
Oh, man, I'm excited, man. I'm just happy to be here, bro. I'm blessed, you know, to be able to put this project out, but it's more than just an album. I feel the universe and the energy like around it. Like I really feel like it's a moment of triumph for me when I wasn't even trying to celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I went through so much recording this project, and just so much in life growing as a man. And this album is a complete reflection, a complete testament of who I am and how I've grown as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now I was gonna ask you, you had 2 kids, and I've been seeing your video of your kids beating you up, your son punching you in your face,
and 3 all together.
That's right. I was gonna ask, how has that changed you?
I always say, like, the happiest I'm gonna ever be is just hanging with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I got all 3 of them in the house together, man. It's perfect. You feel what I'm saying? And your son, the only thing, I'm thinking as I'm walking here for real, like, and I knew y'all was gonna ask me something about my kids, and the reason why I go so hard and why it's so important, because the time that I spend away from my kids gotta mean something, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm really sacrificing time away from my kids, not seeing them for this. You feel me? So it gotta mean something. It gotta work. It gotta work for me. It gotta work for them, because that's the foundation that I'm laying. You feel what I'm saying? And my kids don't know they daddy G.Herbo for real. Like, your son know, because everybody, we'll be walking or in the airport or something, and people will be like, hey, yo, son, hey. You like,
he's a celebrity.
How do you know my name? You know what I'm saying? Like, he 5. He don't really understand. He asks me now, like, Daddy, am I famous? I be wanting to tell him no, but then I'll be like, you feel me? But then I'll be like,
you told me to put some on, I'm gonna buy you some more jewelry.
Yeah. It's different, man. Like, just having them around other kids and stuff, they treat them like a celebrity. But it's like, I'm saying that to say, like, I want all my kids to have foundation, balance, you feel me? So it gotta mean something. Me moving fast, I'll be on the road so much and worry about money, and you don't even realize you really raising your kids a certain way. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my kids to grow up how I grew up, for one, but I don't want them to grow up just like an industry kid, or like, you know what I'm saying? I want my kid to grow up regular, man. I want him to just have his innocence. You feel me? That charismatic and freedom to just be them, all my kids, you feel what I'm saying? And that's important. So, and I always used to say that I gotta go hard where I could have the freedom to take a year off for real, like a real year to just travel and be with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always wanted to be that type of artist, to have that, because I feel like I ain't gonna be able to raise my kids right if I'm just focused on.
Your son's on the album too. Does he understand?
On the album.
Does he understand that? How did he react when he heard it?
He called me on FaceTime. Look, he called me first. He like, Daddy, it's your birthday? I'm like, yeah, it's my birthday. He said, I didn't miss it. I said, no. He said, I was so scared I was gonna miss your birthday. It just dropped. Your birthday just dropped. But he talking about the album. Your birthday just came out, and he was he listening to the song. He was listening to me on the TV, and he turned around. Like, it's just crazy that he really understand it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's seeing and that he a fan of the music. You feel? He don't just listen to my music. You feel? He just a fan of music and the culture. You know what I'm saying? But that's like, I noticed that, and that's why I don't whoop my kids. I just let them out. How I grew up, that's why I'm so smart now. I was exposed to so much. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta still expose your kids to things so we could learn. Like, I feel like that's knowledge that my son growing, and I'm just be able to, like, polish it all up just by talking to them. I'm gonna be honest with all my kids. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how they gonna have that structure, that foundation, because that's how I got it. My parents was just honest with me, brutally honest.
We saw you in protective father mode. When was that? When you was out with your child and somebody was being a little too pushy?
Yeah, the crew league joint. I just be trying to, like, I'm cool, I'm friendly, you feel what I'm saying? But I would just be trying to, like, it ain't really that, because a lot of times people be trying to go viral, and I was stopping it right then, because had it been something that would have offended me, it would have went all the way to a whole nother level. So people thought I was joking, but I wasn't mad, and then I was just showing them, like, don't play.
Especially when you with your kids.
Absolutely. You can't even play when I'm with nobody that I care about, especially my kids. So I just wanted to just draw that line right there.
Now, you talked about wanting to maybe take a year off if you felt like it and be able to take a break. But last year, I know you went through a lot. So how was it for you to be able to get back to work? And how did you deal during that time?
It was a lot. I ain't gonna lie. And I went to a real slump. I would say it was depression, but like we were saying the other day, we wouldn't call it depression. We'd think that, it's cool. Like, all right, it's just a tough patch in my life. But really being depressed when my little brother died, out of the whole year, I don't even think I had a whole month sober. Like, I'm in total days. Like, I was drinking literally every day. I wake up drinking. I'm drinking, going to work, doing interviews. And besides having fun, ain't nobody never see me at no interview like, oh, Herb drunk, yeah, alcoholic, he can't work. I was stugging through it. It was hard. It's tough to, go through that and be honest with yourself. I'm knowing every day, like, man, I'm drinking too much. You feel me? You know how that feel to be like, I'm drinking. You feeling like you an alcoholic, but you still drinking. Just because you want to be able to get through the day. And it was tough, and I got discipline at the end of the day, and that's crazy. I got a discipline. I have addictive personality where I can snap out of something so quick and snap in so quick. You feel what I'm saying? When I want to do something, it's cool. Can't nobody tell me nothing. My girl, my mama, everybody. I'm like, I'm just drinking. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was depressed and I felt like I had to go through it a certain way on my own. You feel me? Even though I got everybody around me trying to help me and push me through this. You know how I go when you stubborn. You feel what I'm saying? And can't nobody. I don't have to listen to nobody. You feel me? I got my own money, my own career, my own cars. I'm just doing what I want to do. But at the end of the day, it's taking away so much. You feel me? Like when my daughter was, and we joke about it now. When my daughter was born, bro, I was drunk in the delivery room, sleep drunk. I really went into a real depression when my little brother got killed. You feel me? Like,
how'd you get out of it though?
Like
I'm still in it, probably.
Yeah, I'm still in it. But like I said, I just snap out because I know. I'm like, man, I can't keep drinking like this. You feel what I'm saying? I just got to snap out of it, you know? And it's crazy. As soon as my daughter was born, I started to get a little more discipline. You feel what I'm saying? Just a little more. And that's all you need. Just a little more to just be better tomorrow than you was. You feel what I'm saying? The day before. I'm still battling with it for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I'm cool. You feel me?
You had 2 sons first. And so how is having a daughter different now?
It's so different. Like, I be joking a lot. It's like, I feel like I'm scared of my daughter. She only 4 months.
Yeah,
like,
I got 4 of them, so it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's like, as soon as I had her, everything about her so delicate. You know, you afraid. With my sons, it's cool. I'm afraid to hold her a certain way. As soon as she started crying, I'm scared, like, fix it. Like, I just don't want her to cry. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. That just know, like, that's how I know our relationship gonna be. I just want to do whatever she need. You feel me? Like, whatever she want me to do, I'm going to do it. You know, and I could just tell just by the relationship that we got already. She's sassy. Like, she worse than her mama. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she's super sassy.
She gonna control you.
She gonna control me.
That's right.
I can't wait. I just want to do whatever she tells me to do.
All right, we got more with G.Herbo when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. This club is still kicking it with G.Herbo. Charlamagne?
Why was it important for you to, like, start showing the world your scars and your trauma?
You know, it was important for me because I was helping other people that's like me, you know what I'm saying? And that's like, that's a fault too. You know, that's one of my flaws because I actually want people to think like me. Say for instance, I was an OG, where I come from. Well, nobody be really giving me the sauce and pouring all the knowledge and everything that they have into me for me to be better than them. I really want everybody around me to be better. Sometimes they think I'm tweaking, like you preaching to me, you want me to do this, or, you know, sometimes you don't even want to open up and tell people because it hurts you. Like, I'm trying to give you the game. I'm trying to give you the sauce. You feel me? Like, that's something that's always been important for me. Music, I'm just trying to be myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really go in the studio and be like, I need to make a song to make me turn up, or I need to look good for my fans, or, you know, I'm just trying to just get through the day for real. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why it's easy for me to just open up and be vulnerable with my music. Sometimes I don't even be wanting to, you feel me? Because I don't take nothing personal. People take it personal. Like, sometimes my music, I might be talking about something that I went through with my mom. My mom ain't finna get offended that I said something in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, other people might get offended about something you saying, but at the end of the day, it's a form of therapy for me. Right. I go to the studio and sometimes I know the song ain't even finna come out, but I just want to get it off my chest. You feel me? Like, with me doing that, people who look up to me like, all right, they get it. He going through this, or he talking about this way. And like, we was just at the Mental Health Expo, and Anthony Hamilton said, like, everybody don't got the same story, but we relate in a lot of ways. We go through the same things, you feel what I'm saying? So that's why I be trying to do it, because I know if I just let it all out there, it's gonna help somebody in some type of way, because somebody gonna relate to it, you feel me? It ain't even about me, bro, I promise. After I drop my album, I ain't even want to say this, you feel what I'm saying? But it's just like, but when the first A-side dropped, it was just me and Nick in the studio, me and my engineer. And I cried tears, because it ain't about the music. It's like, no, I did something. I completed something that I was trying to complete while I was going through a lot of stuff, you feel me? Like, that's what was important to me. And that's why I'm going to talk about it through my music, because I want people to know, like, I'm human, bro.
And you should, man. You know, it's so interesting. It's like, you know, you were at the Mental Health Expo this weekend. I thank you for, you know, pulling up, because when you see those young people in the audience, it's one thing to hear me talking about things, or hear all of those, like, you know, psychiatrists and therapists talking about things. But when they see G.Herbo, 20-something years old, successful rapper, just bearing it all and letting people know, like, yo, you go through things too, that makes them want to get on their healing journey super early.
Yeah, make you want to turn up.
That's
like,
right.
Man, I can't be sitting in here just depressed, drowning in my thoughts, you feel what I'm saying? Because
or smoking it away, drinking it away.
You feel me? Because it's easy to do that, but at the end of the day, it's even better when you just, like, you take that and turn it in fuel and get on your grind and make you, like, appreciate the pain.
And you have the nonprofit too, right?
Yeah, Swerving Through Stress.
All right, so what's going on with that? Because I know that's important to you.
Yeah, super important. Swerving Through Stress. I partner with my homie McKinley, Project Swish. Swerving Through Stress, for me, it started, it was supposed to be like a mental health hotline. You know, we just started to get a number to like 100 kids, 150 kids. But when we launched it, it probably was like 5,000, 10,000 people signed up for it instantly. So I knew like it's for real, you know what I'm saying? And we got the facility, we own the facility back at home, and we about to really have like therapists there like 5 days a week, you feel what I'm saying? Like arts, engineering, videography, trade. Swerving Through Stress is being able to navigate through life, and we giving you the tools to be able to do that, you feel what I'm saying? Because we're not saying it's gonna be easy. Life is gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, but at least we gonna give you the resources to be able to, you know what I'm saying, take it and build something from it, you feel what I'm saying? It's hard when you going through stuff and you don't have no opportunity, you know, when it's tough when you in the streets, you don't got no food, no family, no nothing, you feel what I'm saying? Like it's hard when you have that and then you have nothing to look forward to. We gonna give y'all something to look forward to, you feel me? And I'm gonna do my all to bring resources back, you know what I'm saying, to Chicago, you feel me?
How early on did you arrive at the place where you wanted to start your healing process?
I think I really started for real probably around like when my son was first born, when your son was born, like 2018. I was going through something where I was fighting a case in Chicago, you know, and that was like COVID for me for real. When I was fighting that gun case in Chicago, I couldn't move, I couldn't travel. I ain't do no shows for a year, like nothing. And behind the scenes, it was real stressful. Ain't nobody really know nothing that I was going through, like right before COVID hit. As soon as I beat the case and I was able to travel, I probably was able to do shows for like 2 or 3 months, and COVID hit. And it was like really, I did like 2 years without nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Did you have good savings or something? Like how was
it? Okay. I was definitely saving my money. I was still making, and that's the credit residual. You feel what I'm saying? I always been making money, but I wasn't making show money. I wasn't making ancillary money, but I was always making residual money, you feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was still tough because I still got to pay employees. I got to still pay my bills, you feel me? I still got to pay security, be safe. I'm still doing all the things necessary to remain G.Herbo while I'm behind the scenes. I'm going through so much. My fans didn't know I couldn't do no shows. My fans didn't know I couldn't see them, nothing. I didn't do a show for a year. I couldn't leave Chicago. I was stressed out.
Then you probably got people around you like, man, we about to go rob.
Man, that was like a dark cloud over me, bro. I didn't want to be there at all, but I had to. You feel what I'm saying? And I went through it, though. It was cool. You feel like me and my girl was at the worst. Like I was so mad. I was depressed. I couldn't do nothing but just be stuck in Chicago. You feel what I'm saying? And that was tough, but I'm saying that to say, and I'm glad people could hear me saying that because it's always light at the end of the tunnel, you know what I'm saying? And being an art, you would just it'll make you mad to go into a slump. Like, you feel me? A lot of people can't really survive going through a whole year.
Really, 2 years now, when you break it down like that. Because you said COVID was right after
COVID
that.
Hit right after, you feel what I'm saying? And that it really just built character. My discipline was on a whole nother level after that.
Did you able to record though during all that time?
That's all I was doing was recording. That's all I was doing was recording music, and I just came up with so many songs. So much music now. Yeah, that's all I was doing was recording music that whole time. Literally, some of them songs I recorded then, like still songs that I'm putting out to this day.
All right, we got more with G.Herbo when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with G.Herbo. Yee.
You think that people don't respect the Chicago music scene the way that they should? I was just at that Chella's birthday party, my girl Chella, and I seen Sasha Go Hard was there, Katie Got Bands, you was there, but you guys have a lot of great artists, but Charlamagne, you guys gonna have this discussion about the whole Chief Keef thing that went viral, and so what are your thoughts on that? You think people aren't giving you guys the credit?
It's about accountability too. I'm not even gonna say people not giving us the credit. We're not really like laying our mark the way we're supposed to, you feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying that because I feel like we just need to unify more. And that's what make other cities stick out. And I ain't even gonna say that we don't get the respect because people see it. They just waiting on us to go crazy. Like Katie got a song with Nicki Minaj right now, you feel me? We always had the respect that we deserve, but we just gotta like own it.
I feel like Chicago's always gotten their credit music-wise.
Yeah,
I've never looked at Chicago.
We always got our credit. Like everybody from our generation to the generation before, we always got our flowers in Chicago, you know? I just feel like we never really capitalized off of it because we not together.
How did something like that happen?
I don't know. I really don't know, man. What you think, JB? You got to tell me, man. You be spitting that knowledge when you say stuff like that.
Come on, JB.
I think what we really need to unify as
I think
OGs. We need the OGs
I think we
to
need
speak.
better execs. I think
exactly.
A lot of times these kids go on their own and they hard because of the trauma. It's hard for them to trust. The difference in what Herb has is that he has execs that have been around the business that can help him and let him see what he needs to actually see in order for him to grow. And I think that as we continue to do that with all these kids and more execs come along, I think that you'll begin to see how we can grow as a community in the business.
Now let's have the Chief Keef convo, because I think what people got misconstrued. I never said Chief Keef wasn't influential.
Yeah.
I said that the foremost...
I know exactly what you said. Though.
Yeah, I said the foremost influential rappers of all time is Pac, Jay, Wayne, and Kanye. Yeah. And then Nyla was like, well, you got to put Chief Keef in there. And I was like, well, I wouldn't put Chief Keef in that fall, because Chief Keef influenced the sound in a region.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying he's not influential. I just don't think he's one of the foremost influential rappers of all time.
Yeah. No, see, look, and we both got confused with that. That's what I meant when I was saying it. It's a sound. He influenced a sound and a generation of kids that, and even though Sosa is a global superstar, but even if he wasn't, just what he did and how he touched so many people and turned them into global superstars, that's what I meant. Like, his influence is crazy.
You know, he's never done an overseas show?
Never.
That's because crazy. I don't think he can leave or something. Yeah.
Sosa ain't performed in Chicago in like 8 years. He could sell out 2 United Centers right now. I know he will. Like, people gotta understand he that big with still like everything, like I'm saying, hiccups, the stuff that you go through behind the scenes, and you just make it look good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us not really able to reach our full potential because we go through so much, you know what I'm saying? And I can't tell you personally what he going through or what he may went through, why he not able to go tour out the country, you know what I'm saying? I can't go tour out the country right now, you feel what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that to say you don't know what nobody going through behind the scenes, and you just trying to like be the best version of yourself. But I ain't gonna lie, I respect you, bro. You always been just solid, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to recognize solid people that just like gonna speak their mind, you know, and it start a conversation, it start controversy because it make you think. Solid people gonna say stuff that make other people think, you feel what I'm saying? And like, we need it.
But you see it generationally though, you see how clearly he influenced the whole generation. Because you had a whole generation being like, no, that's our guy.
What?
You know,
everybody.
It was trending for 3 days.
It broke the internet, bro. Sosa made everybody get dreads. He made everybody rock True Religion. Like, he had that Kanye effect on our generation, for real.
But Wayne will say he caused the whole generation to get dreads.
And he will.
And 2 Chainz will say, I caused the whole generation to start wearing True Religion. Or Jim Jones, you know what I mean?
But I seen it though. I ain't gonna lie, Wayne did do that. Like, he started making street dudes. I seen like real street dudes start getting like lip piercings when Wayne did that in Chicago. I know that was unheard of. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a relationship with Wayne? I know he's your favorite.
Yeah, he my favorite, like, all the time, for real. But
that's why I say he's one of the foremost influential.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I hollered at him a few times. I be hollering at him, like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, now and then, but I really I gotta connect for real with him.
Yeah, are we close to getting something?
Man, I really gotta get with him for real. Like, that's when I'm gonna feel like I made it when I get that. No lie, I ain't gonna lie. When I get a song with Wayne, just me and Wayne in the studio working, I'm gonna really feel like it's that.
Speaking of another Chicago artist that has inspired a whole generation, Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
How hard was it to write Letter to Juice WRLD?
I was one of them days just in the studio drinking. When I'm vulnerable and I open up, I gotta be by myself for real. Like, especially when I'm talking about real stuff. Like, it just be like me and my engineer, and you know, it was like late, and the song came on, and I just started to think about it. I'm like, man, I'm finna just make this song about Juice and see if I could do it, you know? Sometimes I challenge myself. It was like, I wanted to do auto-tune. You know, I was just in my thoughts for real. Like, that's why at the end, I just started talking. Like, I really felt like I was talking to him for real, you know what I'm saying? Juice, that's like, it be still like, it don't really hit home all the time. Like, trying to just, you know, face the reality of him not really being alive. That's one person I feel like I've really been in denial about him being dead since, you know what I'm saying, since it happened. It'd be hard, you feel me, like, to acknowledge it, especially when you got to see his face all the time. You got to hear his music, you know what I'm saying? It'd be hard to really, like, acknowledge it, you know what I'm saying? So I guess me making that song was just, like, trying to holler at him, you know what I'm saying?
You said, I miss your soul, made my heart cold, but now I'm hot at you.
Yeah.
Like, describe those range of emotions.
Man, it made me mad, bro. Like, for real. Like, I couldn't fathom him not being here, you know what I'm saying? Like, his journey, it was so... The upscale was just so big for him. It ain't even about music. Just him being a real pure. That was a real pure soul for real, bro. Like, a real good dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't supposed to lose nobody like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world really needed little bro. You know, and That's what I meant by that. Like, really, he know. Like, we used to have the conversation right now. He know I'm real mad about, you know what I'm saying, about that.
Just the way it happened? Or?
Yeah, the way it happened, just him not being here, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What I mean is fighting his demons alone. He ain't have to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we would think, you know, like I said, we artists, we on the road, we having fun, we making money. You would think getting high like it's normal, you know? People, we be smiling, we go through, we smile and still laugh and acting regular. Getting high, you would think somebody getting high because they just want to get high. Really getting high because he really like hurt. And some people like get high to just be cool. Some people really need it for real. Like a person who going through something is gonna be the toughest when they in a room by themselves. It's cool for me to smile and hang out with y'all while I'm here, we chilling, you know what I'm saying? But when I'm in a room by myself, that's when I'm in my thoughts. You feel me? So I feel like that's a dangerous type of person, a dangerous person to take on so much, and when they get by themselves in the room in their thoughts, that's when you know like who a person is for real, you feel what I'm saying? And that's what I mean, like he ain't have to be that person, you feel me? He had too many people around him that loved him well, you know, and I just want to open up and say that because I know now, like, I ain't going through nothing by myself, you feel me? It's just, it is what it is. I don't care if people could look at me crazy or whatever, like, I'm just gonna open up about what I'm going through because I can't go through nothing. It's too many people that depend on me for me to feel like I'm alone. You feel me? Like I'm gonna build the support around me before I feel like I'm alone.
Yeah, I saw you say that in Complex. You talked about your depression and you say you don't even know the support that you have until you open up and say something. But I'm like, damn, Juice WRLD was super open in his music. Like you could listen to Juice's music and he was telling you he was going through things. So like nobody reached out or like.
Yeah, I used to talk to Lil Bro all the time about like, and it'd be like, even like not too personal, like the smallest thing, bro. Somebody going through with their girl or wanting to have a conversation with their mom or their friend or anybody, you know, just the pressure of having so many people around you all the time, you feel me? Like those be the little things that really drive people off the ledge. It don't even really be like the super deep shit. It's every day that you're not really able to open up and say what it is, because the people around you're supposed to be able to open up to them too. If I'm around you every single day, you feel me? Like I'm supposed to be able to talk to you. I feel like as artists, we like ignore that, you feel me? Like, and then we be thinking like, all right, it's cool, we just getting high, we having fun, and it just pick up. Like it take a toll on you, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I could just be moving on the go, on the run so much, and then just me being tired, you know what I'm saying? Could faint, pass out, anything, just not saying I'm tired, you feel me? Like, we need to be able to say, sometimes, like, as an artist, you don't even want to say you tired.
Word up.
I'm tired, man. I need to go to sleep for a whole day, you feel me? Like, we need that.
My man David McCullough, he said at the Mental Wealth Expo Saturday, he said, how many of y'all wake up and don't feel rested? I'm like, damn. No, I never even thought about it. Like, yo, you wake up and you still don't feel rested.
That's crazy.
Because you can't even turn your mind off.
It get like that, bro.
Absolutely. Let's get into a joint off the album. What you want to hear?
What I want to hear, man, I want to hear Paid with Essence, man.
Well, the album is out today.
Paid.
Make
Survivors
sure you
of
get it.
A-side, B-side, Survivors of Morris out now, man. G.Herbo.
Yes, sir.
It's G.Herbo.
Let's get it.
It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's time. She's spilling the tea. This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right, another show. 50 Cent is getting ready to have Property Players. That's a series for A&E Network. Now, one of the people on the show, DJ Envy, teamed with his partner after he learned about real estate while serving time in federal prison for credit card fraud and dealing drugs.
Oh, one of the stars of the show, DJ Envy.
Yeah.
Listen, man, drop on the clues bombs with DJ Envy. All that flipping houses with Big Pun is paid off into a TV show.
I'm going to sue y'all.
What's it called? Power Players?
Power Players.
Property Players.
Property Players.
Property Players.
Why you don't know the name of it, Envy?
Property
Ain't you the
Players.
star of it? Is this your show?
We had so many different names. It's called Property Players. But yeah, we've been working on this for the last year. We've been going back and forth with a bunch of different networks, and this is the best home.
Yeah, I saw it say it was
excited.
a bidding war.
Yeah, it was a bidding war. Remember, I asked you a couple times about a bunch of different networks.
Yeah, I know.
So A&E it is.
A&E it is, yeah. We look forward to it. And, we haven't been doing a lot of stuff in real estate because we've been, filming ourselves, and we've been holding that information in footage. So we're excited about it.
That's good, man.
Hopefully we'll see it in the next year, early next year. And it's going to be a dope show, man. It's going to teach our community how to invest in real estate, how to do a lot of the things, and not just, talk about it, but actually show them how to do it. So
when you get
shout
paid,
out to Caesar.
That's why Caesar's too busy to call me back. Okay.
When you make a living, doing what you love to do, that's a very beautiful thing. And I'm so glad that Caesar lost weight before he got on that television.
Yo, shut up,
I'm
man.
serious. I'm just saying. That's just how I feel. Drop on the clues bomb
Yo,
for
shut
Caesar
up.
renovating his body.
Shut up,
Okay.
man.
And now y'all are TV ready. Okay.
Shut
Happy
up.
for the both of y'all.
Yes.
All right, now let's talk about this beef that's been going down between Charleston White and T.I. and T.I.'s son, King Harris. This all started with Charleston White weighing in on King after King had a situation. He was arrested, and he also talked about Lil Boosie's son.
Boy, you Lil Boosie's son. Boosie, your boy don't know how to fight. Neither do that T.I. little yellow motherfucker, long hair freak. That little motherfucker don't know how to fight either. Them y'all babies is rapper babies. Go drop him off over his cousin them house, where one of them cousins might not let him eat. And then see if the boy can hold up in Baton Rouge. Right now, little Tootie Raw, you ain't nothing but a little sheltered, little ugly ass, little black ass little boy that look like a pair of patent leather boots. Your daddy look like ostrich boots, and you look like a pair of patent leather boots. Little shiny skin.
All right. Well, King did respond to Charleston White's comments about him, and here's what he said.
Boy, Charleston White, you was a bitch, boy. He said he was with him. He was with him. Man, I stayed with my older cousins. Fucking with the point who did what, who, man, we was about to whoop your ass. You come back down here from telling. I can see you had a soft upbringing.
All right, now T.I. also addressed Charleston White because you know he gonna go hard for his family.
Whatever man can fix his mother face to talk shit about a mother kid, bruh. Come deal with the daddy. Come deal with the daddy, man. Cause when the daddy get on your, you gonna do nothing but hit 9-1 and wait on the one to come to follow behind. You don't want no problem. What you keep on kicking up dust for? What you keep kicking up dust for if you don't want no trouble?
Well, T.I. was right because Charleston White did go on social media and tag the Atlanta Police Department.
This what I want to let you know I done did. I just tagged the Atlanta Police Department since T.I.'s son threatened to kick my ass. I'm a senior citizen. That's a threat, and he left me evidence. Not only did I tag the Atlanta Police Department, I tagged Miss Fannie Willis T.I. I know the same police that arrested Young Thug. Hold on, I'm finna call him right now. No, how y'all? I ain't no T.I. in the boxing match. I'm gonna put his son in jail. I'm gonna box this man for, and I want to put his little boy in jail for threatening me. He threatened. I'm a senior citizen, and I'm a comedian, and I can make jokes about ugly babies. T.I. got an ugly baby. King is an ugly boy.
Boy, Charleston White know how to get under somebody's skin.
I don't know why this is happening or why, and I don't know who's right and who's wrong, but I do know that humans going to crash about their kids. Okay, that's still somebody's child you're talking about. So you just got to remember that and make sure that's the smoke you really want.
But, I always feel like, why are we giving Charleston White this shine that he wants? Why are we doing it? Like,
well,
he's
T.I.
a
and
troll.
King were definitely going back and forth.
Charleston White gonna get on your ass now.
He's a troll, man. It's to the point.
I want to see Charleston White get on Envy ass now. Go ahead, keep going.
No, he's a troll, and you keep talking about people's kids. You're gonna get what you want.
Well, that's what I
said.
said.
Out of it.
Yeah.
Well, T.I. said on social media, still waiting to get on the phone or in your face, sir. Been on hold since 1 to 2 p.m. And here is, let's skip down to that phone call, Charleston White and T.I.
Yeah, just got off phone with T.I. Yeah, you don't get to dictate nothing. Yeah, you don't get, you or whoever that is on now. Because, yeah, you don't get to dictate nothing. I'm trying to get understanding. Well, I ain't trying to get an understanding or give an understanding. If you ain't no comedian, okay, deal with me like I ain't no comedian.
T.I. was
I
a
ain't
comedian.
no comedian.
He is.
Yeah, that's what I told T.I. You ain't dictating nothing, not this conversation. I'm the big dog talking. You the one trying to get understanding, right, Daddy? Well, guess what? I ain't trying to get now nor give a one, so in your shit. That's exactly what I just told a on the phone.
Hey, that's all it boils down to. That's somebody's child. So when you go in at somebody's child, just be prepared for the smoke that come with it from the parents.
I know. How do you handle that? You just
What do you
ignore
mean?
it? Like, as a parent, would you just ignore it? Or would you,
You
go
gotta-
back
you-
and forth?
you
What would
gotta-
you do?
you gotta
Because, Envy,
ignore
I
it in
can't
person.
see you ignoring that.
I'm gonna ignore him. Absolutely.
So social media is a place that makes everybody look like a fool. You know, I remember that old saying, you don't go back and forth with people because people from a distance can't tell who's who. Social media
What a
makes
fool, yeah.
everybody look like a fool.
Yeah,
I don't
but the
care how
problem is-
right you are, how articulate you are. When you're going back and forth with somebody on social media, both of y'all look silly.
But the problem is he's saying he's a comedian. He's saying that if you hit him or if you threaten him, he's going to call the police. He's saying he has 911 on speed dial. So it's one of those things, what do? You know if you threaten him, if you say something, if you
So
hit
what?
him, if you touch him, you're going to jail.
Envy, you keep missing one point.
What's that?
Some people don't care about that. They don't care. They don't care about going to jail. They're gonna take that L over their children.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, Clifford Harris is one of those people.
Right, but sometimes it makes it, smarter to make a different decision. You let it die down, and you catch him later on when you're not involved.
It don't matter. He's still gonna call the police later on.
He ain't gonna know where it came from. Right now, everybody knows it's coming from T.I.
But that's not true.
But if you wait a little bit,
that's not true.
If you wait a little bit, but that's what they're gonna assume it came from T.I.
No, not really.
With them going back and forth, absolutely.
But he goes back and forth with a lot of people. That's why I said.
But if you wait a little bit and let it simmer down, they ain't gonna know where it came from. It might come from him, might come from Boosie, might come from whoever. But you can't, You
sound like a criminal. I don't have them kind of conversations. You sound like a criminal. You sound like people who do crime and you know how to commit crimes. I'm not one of those people.
Well, he did have a stint in jail.
That is true.
I did not have a stint in jail.
I am the 9-1, and I ain't waiting on the 1. I'm hitting it. Okay, I'm a 9-11.
You talk about somebody's kids, you get what you get.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's what really it all boils down to. That's somebody's child at the end of the day. So when you go at somebody's child, like I said, you just got to be able to be prepared for the smoke from the parents.
There you go.
And I hope it's worth it at the end of the day. That's
All
it.
right. Well, that is your rumor report.
But I don't want to see T.I. in jail over something stupid.
It's not something stupid. It's over his child.
Yeah, but if he has to sit for a minute, yeah, it's stupid.
It's not, like I said, some people going to crash for it. If you're going to crash for something, you're going to crash for your kids.
Where's Alpha Mega?
What?
What are you talking about?
Where's all T.I.'s peoples?
I don't know if they were still cool with me.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, who you giving your donkey to?
Maybe you. This is you. What's up with this guy? You know him?
I don't know what just happened.
Jesus Christ. 4 after the hour, we need to talk to former president of the L.A. City Council, Nuri Martinez, and Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville. Okay, they need to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with them.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our Audible pick of the day is The Sandman Act 3. This iconic graphic novel written by Neil Gaiman is now an all-star audio experience. Start listening when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at the home of storytelling, audible.com/breakfast club.
A donkey.
The latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Well, donkey of the day for Tuesday, October 11th goes the former president of the L.A. City Council, Nuri Martinez, and Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville. Tuber, whatever. Now, what did Nuri Martinez and Senator Tommy T do? Well, just good old-fashioned racism. Come on, family. Y'all know racism is the American way. You know how they say American is apple pie? They should just say American is racism. Okay, especially anti-black racism. That's why I hate when people say, "Oh, you're always playing the race card, Charlamagne." No, I'm not. I'm not always playing the race card at all. This country that we exist in is always playing the race game. Okay, it's a constant game. I don't even know if it's a game. It's just in the very foundation that this country stands on. It's in the legislation. So what do you want me to do? All right, people act like it's not systemic and structural racism all around us. It's been this way since the beginning of this country's existence, okay? It's in all our systems, laws. You got written and unwritten policies. You got entrenched practices and beliefs that produce, condone, and perpetuate widespread unfair treatment and oppression of people of color, especially the blacks. All right? This isn't in our heads. This isn't something we made up. And today we have two great examples of that because we have two people who introduce and vote legislation. First, former L.A. City Council member Nuri Martinez, a Latina, had some audio leak, and in the audio she had some things to say about the blacks. Let's listen.
Tonight, the City Council president stepping down from her role as president after a leaked recording, what she has heard saying about a white councilman's black son. Other council members could also be heard on that audio. Here's Irene Shaw.
A bombshell rocking Los Angeles City Council. Nuri Martinez stepping down from her role as president just 24 hours after a recording of racist remarks sparked outrage. That audio, first posted on Reddit, captures Martinez discussing redistricting with other Latino city officials when she starts talking about the black son of fellow council member Mike Bonin after they attended an MLK Day parade.
And then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. The kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the floor, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito.
Which translates to, he looks like a little monkey.
That's That's a person who introduces and votes on legislation, okay? Do you think that person would ever vote for anything that would help black people progress? And do you think that person would ever introduce any legislation that would help people progress? And to think she's brown. That's why a lot of black people get upset when folks say black and brown, because they know that there's a lot of Latinas who feel that way. Nori Martinez, that was her. Now, let's get to Tommy Tuberville, senator in Alabama. He's in the Senate, the legislative branch of the government. This is what he thinks of those of us who want America to atone for its original sin, slavery, through reparations. Listen.
Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville is facing criticism over racially charged remarks he made over the weekend. The first-term Alabama Republican spoke during a rally in Nevada featuring former President Donald Trump. Tuberville criticized the Democratic Party's stance on crime while making racially charged remarks linking black people to crime.
They're not soft on crime, they're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. They are not owed that.
The Alabama senator's remark seems to claim that black people are, quote, people that do the crime. That is a quote.
Basically, he just told you that he feels all black people are criminals, but we know this is how they already view us, and these are the people who are introducing and voting on legislation. So when you wonder, about things like residential segregation and unfair lending practices and barriers to home ownership and accumulating wealth, look no further than these racist lawmakers. My good brother, my South Carolina brethren, Bakari Sellers, had some things to say about Tommy Tuberville on CNN. Can we listen?
Tommy Tuberville can go to hell. And let me tell you why. The fact is, he made tens of millions of dollars off unpaid black men as a football coach. He literally has the stature he has because people went out there and assumed the risk and incurred the risk of concussions, playing hard and everything. And then for him to give these racist tropes, I mean, it infuriates me, but this is a large swath of the Republican Party that they have to deal with that they've never done.
Sellers didn't say nothing wrong, not one word. And these two donkeys in their mindset and ideology have existed in government, and they exist in every industry in America. And people like Nori Martinez have absolutely embraced the mindset of their oppressors. Eddie, we don't have the audio of her saying in regards to LADA George Cascone, F that guy, he's with the blacks. That was another part of the leaked audio. She said, F that guy, he's with the blacks. And you wonder why things don't change. Okay, because they are designed to be the way they are. Right? Biased policing and sentencing of black people, voter suppression policies against black people. It's all because of racist, prejudiced lawmakers like these two. But I'm going to tell y'all something, man. We in an age of reveal. That's why these things are happening. That's why these things are coming to the surface. Okay, it's only so long evil people can pretend. All right, people's true colors are showing. Don't try to change what you see or make excuses. Accept what is being shown. All right, the truth is surfacing, and sometimes it may surface on Reddit. All right, and this is the time of making decisions. What behaviors can be forgiven and who needs to be released. All racism and racist legislators have to be released. Please let Remy Ma give Nori Martinez and Tommy Tuberville the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Actually, that's just for Nori. Can we let Chelsea Handler give Tommy Tuberville the biggest hee-haw?
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
Kathy Griffin want to say anything about Tommy Tuberville?
Please give this giant jar of mayo the biggest hee-haw.
Does my cousin Chris Rock have anything to say about Tommy Tuberville?
Cracker ass cracker.
Okay. What about my girl still working at the restaurant? She got anything to say? Oh, okay. Just want everybody to be heard this morning. That's all.
All right. Well, thank you. All right, well, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Angela Yee reported a story in the rumors. I'm not sure why, but the gentleman, what's his name, Charles Whiteson? What's his name? Charleston White. He was going back and forth with T.I.'s son and Boosie's son and T.I. himself. We have a little clip of that. Can you pull up a little clip?
Boy, you little Boosie's son. Boosie, your boy don't know how to fight. Neither do that T.I. little yellow motherfucker, long hair freak. That little motherfucker don't know how to fight either. Y'all babies is rap babies. Go drop him off over his cousin in house, where one of them cousins might not let him eat. And then see if the boy can hold up in Baton Rouge. Right now, little Tootie Raw, you ain't nothing but a little shelter, little ugly ass, little black little boy that look like a pair of patent leather boots. Your daddy look like ostrich boots, and you look like a pair of patent leather boots. Little shiny skin mother.
All right, so let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. When a gentleman goes at your kids like that, what do you do? What is your response? Now, you know why he's doing it. They already tell you if you jump him, if you hit him, if you beat him, if you threaten him, he's calling the police. He told you that clearly. He's not joking about it. He's serious about it.
Yeah, but
he says he's a comedian. I've never seen him do a comedy show. Have you?
But I said before, parents are going to crash over their kids. So, like, a lot of that stuff don't even matter. And, you know, when you ask the question, what do you do when somebody comes at your child like that? I don't know. And that's the problem when you're dealing with somebody's child. You don't know what you're going to push the parent to do. That's why I don't feel like it's worth the smoke. But
yeah, so we're asking 800-585-1051. Let's open up the phone lines because, yeah, like you said, most people are going to say, yeah, I would do whatever. And then you go to jail, but you got other kids to raise.
You're talking about somebody's child.
I'm with you.
Parents aren't thinking logically or rationally when it comes to the safety and well-being of their children.
Do. He's telling you, if you touch me, you're going to jail.
And most parents don't care about that.
All right, let's talk about it. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club. Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Charleston White. Charleston White, if you look online, it says he's a YouTuber.
I thought we were talking about T.I.
Well, it's about what would you do. It's a whole thing. Charleston White, they say, is a YouTuber who was, I guess, allegedly did some bad things as a kid, was locked up, came out, and they said he changed his life around. That's what it says online. He recently went at T.I.'s kids and Boosie's kids, and this is what he said.
Boy, you little Boosie son. Boosie, your boy don't know how to fight. Neither do that T.I. little yellow motherfucker, long hair freak. That little motherfucker don't know how to fight either. Get them, y'all babies is rapper babies. Go drop him off over his cousin them house, where one of them cousins might not let him eat. And then see if the boy can hold up in Baton Rouge. Right now, little Tootie Raw, you ain't nothing but a little sheltered, little ugly ass, little black ass little boy that look like a pair of patent leather boots. Your daddy look like ostrich boots, and you look like a pair of patent leather boots. Little shiny skin mother.
So we're asking 800-585-1051. Somebody goes at your kids like that, you know, what do you do? Well, let's start with you, Yee.
Well, you know, I don't have any kids, but I do feel like this is, you know, feeding into the trap. I'm not a big fan of going back and forth with anybody on social media just because I think that people want that type of attention. And then I also feel like if something does happen and now somebody ends up going to jail, you know, that is exactly what Charleston White would want. He's like, I'm going to call the cops, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So sometimes you got to be strategic about things, and you make it a bigger story when you go back and forth.
Yeah, this reminds me of when Fat Joe was up here one time, and Fat Joe was saying that back in the day, people would say something to him because they know Fat Joe would hit him and get sued. This is the same feeling for me, because he's telling you, if you threaten me, if you touch me, if you do anything, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to get you arrested. Like, it's almost like he feels like this is a game. I'm going to talk about your kids. I'm going to say what I want to say. He said he's a comedian, and if you say anything back or threaten me back, I'm going to put you in jail. It seems
and people want to get under your skin. You can't let them know that it works.
It seems like he wants to get into the light. So sometimes you just got to fall back and be like, you know what? I'm just going to ignore this dude, and we'll see what happens later. People like this always write a check that their ass can't cash, and it's going to happen sooner or later. And, you know, but I get it. You don't play with people's kids. People have played with my kids before, and sometimes you just got to sit back and watch it unfold, and it always unfolds. It always unfolds.
What's the question again?
What do you do in that situation?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the answer to that is, as a parent, I don't know. And that's why I said earlier, that's the problem when you're dealing with somebody's child. You don't know what you're going to push the parent to do. That's why you got to ask yourself, is it worth the smoke? And, you know, I understand that he's saying, you know, he's going to call the police and everything else, but most folks are willing to crash about their kids. Most people are willing to go to jail or die about their kids. Like, they just are. You know what I mean? I mean, so you know, I don't know. The answer to the question is, I don't know what you would do when you're a parent in that situation. I'm a parent. You know, I thank God I'm not in those situations. I don't know what I'm going to do if somebody messes with my child. I just know that, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's never really worth the smoke. Leave people's kids alone, man.
And then, you know, this thing called fame is a serious drug, and the more we report about it and the more that we talk about it, it encourages people to do it more. You know what I mean? Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
It's Lexus.
Hey, Lexus, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Now, what do you do in this situation, Lexus?
So I feel like it's a situation to where it depends on the kid. With King, he's old enough to be like, you know what, this dude, he old, he's just doing it for clout. But if it's a situation to where he's, hurt, if his feelings are hurt, then definitely T.I. need to do what he need to do to have his son back, because it's not cool. Like DJ Envy say, that's a child. At the end of the day, you talk about a child, and a parent gonna go behind their child. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna argue with Jesus over my child.
Yeah,
so
especially.
I don't care what it is. If my child hurt.
Well, I wouldn't argue with Jesus over your child.
I'm definitely arguing with Jesus.
You said, thank you, Charlamagne, because I don't care who it is.
That's right.
That's mine right there. That's mine.
You think God not gonna argue with you over his son? Yeah. You think God not gonna step in if you and Jesus having words?
You gonna go to war, period.
That's right. And also to your point too, that's a grown man talking to a child. So I can understand why T.I. is like, no, bring that to daddy. I get it.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
This is Leon.
Leon, good morning. Talk to us. What's your thoughts, man?
When you talk about somebody's kids, brother, like you inviting danger. It's like inviting the devil in your house. You never, ever, ever talk about anyone's kids underneath no condition.
That's right.
That's like opening up a can of whoop ass on you. I don't care whether you call the cops, call the mayor, the governor, you're going to get your ass whooped.
That's right.
I feel like that guy who's doing it, he's only doing it for publicity, a couple of likes, trying to stay relevant because he's irrelevant.
Right.
That's my thought on him.
The phrase "trick you out the streets." That's my whole problem. I just don't want nobody to get tricked out of the streets, and they locked up, and they miss. T.I. got a young daughter, and a lot of people got a young daughter. You miss those birthdays because this guy is trying to trick you out the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. But on the other hand, when it comes to your kids, jail ain't an option.
You right.
When it comes to your kids is the only thing that you can honestly say is yours. This is mine. You don't cross that line and you've no conditions and then call the kid ugly and greasy face and all that. You don't do that.
And that's your heart's walking outside of your body, when it comes to your children. So I think he said, when it comes to your kids, jail is not an option. I think he meant to say jail is an option.
Correct.
But I will say Charleston White said he's a comedian. T.I. is a comedian too, and he could, I'm sure, go at him crazy and embarrass him.
Well, 800-585-1051. In this situation, what do you do if somebody goes at your kids, man? What do you do? He already told you if you threaten him or if you go at him, he's going to call the police. So
don't nobody care when it comes to their kids. I done told you parents are down to crash about their kids, bruh. They're not worried about jail and all of that when it comes to the well-being and protection of their children.
Yeah, but he's almost like trying to put him in jail. You know what I mean? That's what he's telling you. I'm going to put you and your child in jail.
And I think that once again, and I'm gonna say this again, T.I. is grown. Homie is grown. The little King is a little boy. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, come talk to daddy. I get it. This ain't like it's a kid talking to another kid.
Right. Well, 800-585-1051. Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just join us, we're talking about Charleston White, T.I. and T.I.'s son, King. Now, what happened? You break it down.
Charleston White was talking about both Boosie's son and T.I.'s son, and King responded, and so did T.I.
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. What do you do in this situation? And I believe Charleston White got 2 kids. So, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes you just got to, I get it. It's
go low with them.
It's jokes,
and Charleston White.
It's laughs, but what do you do when somebody goes at your kids? You know what I mean?
Like, tagging the police department and everything.
Hello, who's this?
This is Janice.
Hey, Janice, what's your thoughts?
I just think people need to keep your mouth off people's kids. Like, you
simple
can
as that.
But you weren't doing the set right now, so why are you talking about my child?
It's really just that simple, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that point you done crossed the line, so all bets is off. I don't care about going to jail behind my child, because I'm pretty sure you have a line that you don't want nobody else to cross, so don't cross that one when it comes to certain people. Like, don't speak on nobody's kids.
That's real.
Right.
Are you going to be able to protect your child, though, if you do end up going to jail?
You act like you're going to jail forever.
No, I'm just saying. It's not, I don't know.
You'll get locked up.
It depends what happened. Let's just say this gentleman gets punched in the face. He falls, hits his head, and cracks his head. Something that you would think is a normal fight could be something worse. That
Maybe, but once again, you never know what you're going to push your parent to do when you're messing with that parent's child. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth the smoke?
Hello, who's this?
Yo, what's up, Envy? This your boy Chicago. Hey, man, I just wanted to say the whole Charleston White thing, him coming at kids, bro, that's lame. You are a grown man. Whether you call yourself a comedian or whatever you want to call yourself, you are a grown man talking about children. Bro, I'm the type of person, I'm going to crash out about mine. I ain't got T.I. money. I got regular get up 9 to 5 type money. You play with my kids, we going back to prison. And I done 4 years.
And by the way,
I'm comfortable with getting outside my skin. And I'm from Chicago. That's why my name's Chicago. I'm from that. I'm 63rd. I'm on that. We own that. All the smoke that he talking about when you come talking about people, kids, I'm with all that. You don't do that. You a grown man.
I'm with you.
You grown.
I mean, look, we totally agree. You're not supposed to do that as a grown man. You're not coming at nobody's kids. But the question is, how do you react to that?
I keep telling y'all over and over, we had this conversation yesterday, you can't tell people how to react. So when you ask me what I'm going to do when somebody come at my kids like that, the answer is I don't know. Because when you're a parent, when you're dealing with somebody's child, you don't know how that parent going to react. You don't know what you're going to push that parent to do.
Because imagine you do something and then you do end up going to jail because he calls the cops on you and then he's still going at your kid and you're in jail.
Yeah. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Kim from Sumter, South Carolina. How are you?
Hey, Kim.
How are you, Kim? Hey, something was happening. 803.
That's right. That's right. I just want to chime in on the question because this is like, it really makes me mad. First of all, I agree with DJ Envy. Why are we even giving him this much attention?
That's what I said.
He is a comedian that's not even funny. No one has ever heard of him.
Man, Envy chose to do this topic.
No, I didn't choose. I chose to do it because me and you were going back and forth about it, but I didn't choose this.
Envy chose to do this.
Chose you.
I hate the fact that we even discussed this gentleman.
But you kept the conversation going.
Because me and you were going back and forth.
We could have ended it there.
No.
We could have went to somewhere else after Donkey.
We didn't plan it out.
Can she talk?
I'm not sure if he realized this was a form of bullying. When you're talking about children, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what these kids are going through. And then for you to sit up there and say he looks like patent leather shoes and calling these kids ugly, when they go to school, they have to deal with this. You know what I mean? And then I'm not even sure if he understands that he has police on speed dials, but does he not know that these are the same people that are listening to him start this? He has to take accountability for what he does as well. These are children at the end of the day.
I think this is what he wanted.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a step for mine. I'm going to tell you right now. Charlamagne can tell you from South Carolina, I'm a step for mine.
I already know.
The same way he got them on speed dial, I'm going to have them on speed dial. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure they come to my house while I pull up on them. Like, we can pull up together. It's not a big deal for me.
I already know. Like, it's just certain things you don't play with, man. And people's churn is one of them. Leave people's churn alone, especially when you grown. Like, if you're a grown individual, what do I always tell y'all? If one of these kids mess with my kids at school, I'm not going after the kids. I want to beat the daddy up. You know what I'm saying? Grown people should talk to grown people. And you never know what's going to happen when you push a parent, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 1,000%. But sometimes you gotta plan things out and you gotta think about it. Sometimes they want to trick you. They want to trick somebody into jail. They want to trick you out what you're doing. And sometimes you just gotta take a step back, plan it out, and handle it different ways.
Hey, man, I'm with you.
There's many different ways. There's many different cousins, nephews, uncles, friends, family members where you don't have to touch anything and get yourself in trouble.
Have too much
and nobody knows where it comes from.
But what makes y'all think that? What makes y'all think he don't know that?
What?
We didn't say he didn't.
Okay. And by the way, some people are willing, and most people are willing to get their own hands dirty when it comes to their children. Period. People will crash out about their kids, man. So when you ask me what would you do in that situation, the answer is I don't know, and that is the problem when you're dealing with somebody's child. You don't know what you're going to push the parent to do. That's why you got to ask yourself, is it worth the smoke?
I got Uncle Danny. I got Uncle Coke. There's so many uncles around. Anyway, we got rumors on the way?
Yes. All right. Y'all ready to talk about Kanye some more?
Why?
Well, apparently he was showing porn to Adidas executives, and we'll explain more.
Were they wearing Adidas in the porn?
We'll explain more.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Listen up. It's just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, Shaquille O'Neal was on Drink Champs, and some of the things that he talked about was having this unreleased verse from Biggie.
If Biggie was gonna do it, I did a verse.
Well, I didn't like it. Right. One, I got to impress Big, because if Big say no, this is terrible, I'm done. Big flew down, him and Lil C, so I'm nervous. And, you know, we go in the studio, him and Lil C, he said, play it. So I played it, and he started doing this. Okay, big dog, that's tight, that's tight. And then I said, okay, he likes it, so I'm going to let him, you know, him and Lil C do their thing. And he went in there, and he killed it. And the first verse, I'm the only one that got it, and I'll never play it.
All right.
He went off.
All right.
And I damn near had a tear in my eye because I had to press that button. I was like, Big. He was like, yeah, for the kids, my bad, Diesel. And then he did the verse that you heard in the thing.
I would love to hear that verse.
Yeah, he said he'll never play it. But why not, I wonder?
I'm sure that after Big passed, like, you know, they probably tried to find all of the big verses that they could to put together like these, how you pronounce it? Posthumous albums. So I wonder if they knew he had that.
Shaq also said he was offered $10 million from Jive Records to put out 3 rap albums. I mean, that's a big deal. He had a platinum album, though. Let's never forget that.
It's not a big deal for Shaq.
Shaq, hey, say what y'all want. Shaq
for music, though. For music, I mean, I understand $10 million might not be.
Yeah, especially in that time. He was young. Like, that wasn't
3 albums.
You thinking about Shaq now. I'm talking about that was early Shaq. Like, that was early in the 90s. Like,
his debut album was
deal.
Shaq Diesel. Y'all remember that?
Hell yeah. What you talking about? That song with RZA and Method Man, I Don't Need No Hooks, man. That Shaq was fire. Shaq verse on Fooshnickens.
The Fooshnickens.
Man, Shaq was fire. Probably one of Clues Moms for Shaq Fu. Shaq was hard.
All right. Shaq also doesn't drink in public, in case you haven't noticed.
I do drink.
You do drink?
But not in public.
Okay.
Because I can't do nothing to jeopardize my mother's empire.
Wow.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I don't drink. Me and my father used to drink after all the championship games.
What's your drinking choice when you drink?
Patron. So if I'm at the house, I'll drink. But I'm not going to drink at a restaurant and jump in the car and then... Because, you know, my father always used to tell me, if you mess the money up, your mama ain't going to have no house. If you mess the money up, your mama ain't going to eat. You the one. God has chosen you to get this family out of Brick City.
I agree with everything Shaquille O'Neal just said except for one thing.
What?
You got to stop drinking that perfume. Patron? As a tequila drinker, there's so many other great tequilas. Casa Dragones is my favorite tequila. You know what I mean? But Patron? That's perfume, bro. You might as well put that on your neck.
Well, you don't want that on your neck.
He's making too much money to be drinking Patron.
All right, now Kanye has released a new 30-minute documentary last week. And in that documentary, there's footage of a meeting with Adidas, and he actually showed pornographic videos in an executive's face in an apparent attempt to intimidate him. There's several cuts in the video, and he is...
How does porn intimidate people?
I don't know. I don't know why that would be intimidating.
Unless it's a gay porn and you're showing it to a guy and you're like, this could be you if you don't do what I tell you to do.
He also has some new music, a new song. You Don't Really Love Ye. Go listen to Drake is what he says on that. Y'all got to watch it. I mean, I know we're tired of talking about Kanye because there's always something going on with him. But he also said that he thinks that Adidas executives did him wrong. And yeah, so there's a documentary out now if you guys care.
Has he apologized for his anti-black, anti-Semitic comment shit?
He has not.
No.
Oh, most Nazis don't. Most Nazis are very unapologetic about their feelings towards black people and Jewish people.
All right, at another point in the documentary, he goes to look at a prospective location for a Donda Academy, and he has not addressed these anti-Semitic and
anti-black,
pro-white supremacy things that he's been doing.
Well, yeah, I guess he has addressed the anti-black stuff because he's just tripled down on it.
All right, well, that is your rumor report. You're right, Envy?
Yes. All right, the People's Choice mix is up next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Summer might be over, but TV's hottest night is just getting fired up. All-American Monday is back. Mondays on the CW. Catch all new episodes of the smash hit shows All-American and All-American Homecoming. Don't miss a minute of the back-to-back drama. Mondays only on the CW. Or stream free next day on the CW app.
Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. And let me send a shout out to Cardi B. Today, Cardi B turns 30.
Wow, that's a big birthday.
So happy birthday to Cardi B. Let's just think about it. Cardi got 1 Grammy, 6 AMAs, 6 Guinness World Records. She's the highest certified female rapper ever.
2 little babies.
That's right. She's also in Hustlers. Fast and Furious 9. and Fast 10.
She's got a lot of accomplishments, a lot of 5 number 1 records, 4 to 5 number 1 records, something like that. Salute to Barty, man. Happy born day, Barty. And I love watching Barty because we really watch that from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really watch Barty grow from the ground up. So salute to Barty. Happy born day. Happy born day to my girl Mandy, too, from Horrible Decisions. Today is Mandy born day,
Happy
man.
birthday, Mandy.
Happy
born day, Mandy.
All right. You got a positive note?
I do. First, I want to tell everybody, make sure you stream my late night talk show, Hell of a Week, on Paramount Plus. The latest episode has Killer Mike on there and Tara Satmire and my man Ian Laura. Salute to y'all for joining me on the show, and make sure you stream us on Paramount Plus right now. Okay? Now, the positive note is simply this. I refuse to entertain negativity. Okay? Life is too big and time is too short to get caught up in all the empty drama.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?